The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the host and guest and do not reflect the opinions or policies of the station, its owners, or its advertisers. All content should be considered editorial in nature. Listener discretion is advised. Well, everyone, good morning and welcome to the Carolina Cabinet. I'm Peter Pappas. I'll be your host this morning. We are proud to be the only homegrown conservative talk radio show in this region, and we know this is the smartest hour of radio. Our job is to give a voice to the conservatives of Fayetteville, Cumberland County, and beyond. This morning, we welcome host Pastor Joshua Goodman.
Good morning, family.
Good morning, good morning. And Carrie, Miss Carrie J.
Hey, how you guys doing?
So this morning, we are waiting to see some special guests running for office in our community, so we're going to put the screws to them a little bit when they show. So we're going to dive into our show. I appreciate our guests tuning in and spending time with us this morning. Please take a moment to like, share, or follow us on Facebook, and look for us at thecarolinacabinet.com. You can find links to our shows and how to listen on your favorite podcast broadcaster. With that, don't go far. We will be right back.
Since 2012, Joshua Goodman has been the senior pastor at the Cliffdale Christian Center, a dynamic church and ministry located in West Fayetteville. Join our friend Pastor Goodman for a podcast or a live sermon in person at 6427 Cliffdale Road. Now for today's good news. Here is Joshua Goodman. Joshua Goodman.
Well, good morning from the All-American City. This is Pastor Josh, and have I got some good news for you. In a time when so many want to unpack, discuss, talk about, dig up all the garbage, junk, all the negative stuff, I'm here to bring you some good news. Matthew chapter 5, 23 and 24, Jesus says this, "Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar, and thou rememberest that thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before the altar, and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift." Get the backdrop, friend. Here Jesus is. He had gone to the Jordan River. He had been baptized by John the baptizer. As soon as he comes up out of the water, the Holy Spirit leads him into the desert. He is there for 40 days, 40 nights. He prays, he fasts, he's tempted by the enemy. All the while, he does not fall. Immediately after his return from the wilderness, he came back preaching that the kingdom of God was at hand and that the people of God needed to repent. You know, it's right after that multitudes begin to follow Jesus. They begin to go where he goes. They begin to watch him, walk with him, talk with him, see his miracles. Before you know it, there is a great multitude that has surrounded him. It is one of these days when that multitude is following him that Jesus sits down on the mount and begins to give, literally, friends, the greatest sermon that has ever been told. He begins to tell the people that blessed are the poor in spirit. He says, blessed are those who mourn, blessed are the meek. He begins to tell them that they are the salt and they are the light of the world. You know, upon doing all of these things, he gives them our good news for today. He begins to tell them, look, if you got a gift that you're bringing to God, and you remember that you or somebody else has aught against you, stop what you're doing, put down your gift, and go and make things right with that person who you have aught against. Now, I want to ask you a question today. Do you think Jesus was telling the people this because he felt like the person who had the ought had no reason to have the ought? Let me break it down to you in simple terms. Say, for example, you have an individual in your friend circle or maybe in your family circle or maybe on the job, and this individual does something to upset you, to offend you, to maybe even hurt your feelings. And as you are beginning to worship the Lord, as you're beginning to pray, you remember, hey, wait a second. I remember that I have this thing, or this person has this thing against me. Well, Jesus instructs us, leave your worship right there. Leave the gift there at the altar and go and get things right. And why does he tell us to go and get things right? Is it for the other person? I can tell you today, friends, it's not for the other person. It's for you. Because when we carry around that unforgiveness, when we carry around bitterness, when we carry around that hurt and that pain, and anybody can always say, well, you don't know where I've been. You don't know the things I've been through, the things that I have seen. Well, friends, we've all been through stuff. We've all had our feelings hurt. We've all been offended. And now is our opportunity to forgive, because as we weigh these things out, we can either carry around the unforgiveness, which leads to bitterness, which leads to hardness of heart. It leads really, friends, to insecurity, a lack of peace, a lack of joy, and the list goes on. Or we can let that thing go. And by letting it go, by giving that forgiveness, by letting go of that bitterness, we're not just freeing that person. More importantly, friends, we are freeing ourselves. We are opening up the avenue for us to experience joy, peace, security, and the freedom of forgiveness. This is Pastor Josh, and that is your good news.
The cancel culture is not welcome here. You're listening to the Conservative Carolina Cabinet, Eastern North Carolina's most offensive talk show to the freeloading left.
And welcome back. Good morning. This is
Good
the Carolina
morning,
Cabinet.
good
Good morning,
morning.
everybody. Good to see you. Miss Carrie J. We missed you last couple episodes, I think.
Yeah, like it's been a few. I
Yeah.
understand.
It's been a few. It's all right.
It's been a few.
Girl's got things going on in her life.
Just a little bit.
So, question about the good news.
Yes, sir.
So, the ought, is that a...
It's an offense.
It's okay.
It's
all right.
yeah. I mean,
is it a physical thing?
So I didn't even realize until I'm reading it, and I had my Bible on the New King James, which is more modern language, but this was the old. I had left it on the old King James from some research I was doing, and so we had all the thous and theys and thys and all of those things. Yeah, but ought is to have an offense against somebody else, or also for them to have an offense against you that you know about.
Yeah.
Jesus, when he's speaking here, he not only says, hey, if you have an offense, but also if you remember that somebody has something against you, go and get that right, because if you don't, that's going to hinder you. And
Right.
I mean, he's using
it's going to weigh on you.
Yeah, it's going to weigh on you. He uses the example of the gift and what he's speaking of. Hey, I'm bringing my sacrifice to the altar. But really that applies to every area of our life. It applies to our job, to our home, family, social life. And if we have that ought against somebody, or they have that against us, and we know about it, that's always going to disable our ability to experience not just our worship, but and my point really was the outcome
of the worship.
The outcome of our worship.
All right.
Which is joy, is peace, is security. And if we have that, or somebody else has it that we know about, it disables the fullness. I'm not saying it completely disables it, but it partially disables the outcome of.
It hinders it.
It hinders it.
It becomes a block.
It becomes a block, yeah. And what that means is that the joy we could have experienced because of that ought, we're not able to experience. The peace, the security, all of those things, we're not able to feel them, experience them to the fullness.
Well,
And you know what? That just, as you were explaining it, that just brought me to mind of the scripture where it says, before you take the speck out of your brother's eye,
Deal with that plank in
deal
yours.
with the plank that's in yours. And the thing is that, for you to be bothered by the speck that they have, or the toothpick, or the thorn that they got in
and you
their
got a
side,
2x4 coming out your eye.
right? Then that means that you may have an ought with that person that you need to deal with. And that's why it's a plank or a 2x4, because it's like you are carrying around so much weight where that
person
thing,
may be carrying around a piece of dust, and here you are carrying a 4x4 around.
right.
and you like, well, why they got this? And da, 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 da. Well, this,
Okay.
yeah. So it's almost a different level of checking, especially when you look at it from that perspective, and on how you took it away from just being in worship. Because a lot of times that people do not realize that as a believer, or as a kingdom a kingdom citizen, however you want to see yourself, then that means that everything
Yes, your life.
that you do,
Your life.
your life is the worship.
Yep.
You are the sacrifice. So that means that as you are going toward your daily work, whatever it is, everything that you do, whether it's work, just chilling at the
school,
house,
social,
whatever
friends,
it
family.
is, that is your worship.
And I think that's a perspective that many Christians need to obtain today, that being a Christian is more than what you do on Sunday between 10 and 12. You know, your entire life. Well, it's like I said, Jesus talking there says you're the salt and the light. You know, the salt that loses its savor, what good is it?
What good is it?
You know, a light held under a bushel, what good is it? And that's the fact. And we cannot be the salt and the light that we ought to be if we're carrying around those burdens.
Yep. And he says, walk out your own.
Yep. Walk it out.
Salvation.
Walk it out.
So your salvation, you got to walk that out. So
Yep.
you can't get that by going to church on Sunday.
No.
It's a walk.
I'm a pretty decent. I'm a pretty decent preacher, but I can't even give that.
you
No,
can't.
no,
you
you
can't get
cannot.
your salvation that
Right.
way. All right. Okay. Well,
Here
we
I'm
done
thinking
got, we
my
done went to
axis is
church.
completely flipped because I'm just thinking I like it when I live rent free in somebody's head.
Yeah,
You know, like I like it
Oh
when
my
they have the
God.
yacht over there. But I get what you're saying. You know, it's let it go and enjoy life.
Yep.
What is the theme we've had in the last couple of weeks? Enjoy life.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, so let's
I
not
mean,
be burdened.
Yeah.
Let's be
No.
unburdened by what has
Be
been.
unburdened. Yeah.
Be unburdened. I mean, because it eats away at you. And
And
then
realize,
it turns into
real
a
peace,
physical,
real joy.
Yeah.
And then it could turn into a physical thing. That's
Yes.
what people do not realize, is that what eats away at you spiritually will then eat away at your flesh, and your flesh is mortal and it's physical. So, you know, that heartache, that high blood pressure.
Yep. Well, I love that you brought that
know,
up because it feeds the anxiety, it feeds the
it
depression,
does.
it feeds the fear, it feeds the doubt, which then again fears are those things all feed. You know, your high blood pressure, your diet. I mean, all cholesterol feeds
Diabetes.
all of those
Your
things.
detox organs aren't detoxing because you so full of
Toxins.
You know,
Toxins.
You might can still want to see the doctor, but I believe in just letting things go, so you let that blood pressure go down natural. So, usual segment, we're going to go around the room. I know that I've been not so busy. I feel like I've said that a few shows in a row.
Yeah.
I just haven't been that. I don't feel like I'm busy, but I know I'm doing things.
Yeah, you
It's
are
not
getting
like
stuff
I'm just
done.
sitting around. But Miss Carrie, you haven't been here in a while, so what have you done last couple of weeks? What's been on
Ay,
your?
Dios mío.
Yeah.
Dígame, mi amor.
Did you come with receipts?
So, I mean, as you guys know, it's about ready to be the busy event season for the Greater Fayetteville Chamber.
Yes.
Whoop,
So
whoop.
we just had the Career and Resource Expo,
Mhm.
which did not bring in the same amount of attendees from last year. However, we still got a good turnout and some individuals. You know, State of the Community is on the horizon. It's going to be next month.
Okay.
Really, girl, you can't let me forget. I got to get.
Yeah,
Mate,
you
don't
might
let me.
wanna go.
Don't let me not be there. You got to
We
help
need
me be there.
someone to
help
be
you be
in
there.
charge of Pastor Josh's
Yes,
schedule.
please.
He's not allowed
Need
to
to
be
make sure
unattended.
that
Yes,
Pastor Josh
because I
has
was
a
going to the
ticket.
prayer breakfast tomorrow, and it's not tomorrow; it's next week. So
Okay,
just,
yes.
you know that and the rock and
Make
boil.
sure.
I got to be those two
Yes.
events are my
Those are the ones.
because girl, I throw down at that
The
rock and boil.
Hey, the
Oh.
rock and boil is,
Let me
ooh, you
tell
don't want to
I-
miss that.
I kill that.
Well, looking forward to it. I mean,
Are you
we
looking
have
forward to
the
it?
event on August 1st, the Candidates
yes,
Academy
you got the
that
Candidates
I'll
Academy
be hosting.
coming up.
So that's when I'll be grilling some of these dudes that
Yeah.
are running for office.
And then you're going to be enlightening them on, you know, different things as well.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
some
going to
awesome
be a
stuff
good
with
day.
it.
We have a lot of speakers lined up. It's going to be
Mhm.
like rapid fire. I think it starts at 9 or 9:30 and goes till 2.
Yeah.
But we plan on technically working through lunch. Like
Yeah.
we're going to have lunch and we're going to still have
Yeah,
speakers
it's going to be a
going.
working lunch.
And we are really going to really lean on some of these speakers and their experience to teach the candidates.
What kind of speakers you got coming out?
Oh God! So there's guys like Troy Williams that's going to talk
Okay.
about a statesman-like appearance.
Yep.
There's going to be Kirk Deviere and Representative Diane Wheatley. We just flipped their what they're going to do.
Uh-huh.
So one
But
of them
you're
was-
talking these individuals. I mean, these individuals are veteran.
right. Oh yeah.
Seasoned
Yes. yeah.
individuals. So
Yeah.
It's like
Very
they're
serious.
coming in to
great
help.
wisdom.
Yeah.
Great wisdom.
They're
Yeah.
trying to give their Jedi mindset.
Yeah.
You know of what
Yeah.
they've done,
Yeah, I
whether
just
you
watched
agree
that.
or don't.
I think
you know.
they might need to change the location, but you know.
Well, it's at the chamber. What's
I
wrong
know
with
it's at the. I'm not saying anything is wrong with it,
Uh-huh.
but with the number of candidates that are on the ticket,
I don't.
That's-
Well,
That's all
we'll
I'm
see how
saying.
many. So remember, we're
Some
going
of
to be
them might
speaking.
be too good for it, so they're not even going to.
We're speaking to the candidates that understand that they may not know everything and that they're going to come in to be in a friendly room that they can ask and be vulnerable. They can ask questions. Nobody's going to vilify them.
That's great.
We're there to make them better, teach them something.
Well,
But
that is awesome.
you can't make all the horses drink. You know what I mean?
No, you can't. But that's very exciting.
So the Candidates Academy, and then of course Candidate Forum will be in October after the primary. So we have, so that was your week, Josh.
Well, look, man, it's my popping, hopping, topping kind of year. We are, wrapping up summer, looking at our 25-26 school year. So we are doing calendars, we're making budgets, we're looking at students, we're looking at programs, we're looking at teachers, we're looking at other faculty for the school. Man, we're doing job interviews, and just it is it is off the chain how much stuff has to be done. That we're prepping the school, getting the maintenance done, getting the lawn done, making sure that
who's this we? Isn't that mostly you and like three guys?
Basically me, myself, and we got a small team. Yeah, we got a. We've had to move offices, so we moved from building number 2, the offices, over to building number 3, which means we've had to move the library, lockers, and so it has been literally
That's heavy work.
It is. It's a lot of heavy, good, solid work. But we're going full bore, getting ready for next year. Then this past weekend, man, the church was hopping. We did. Saturday morning, had a great women's meeting and a real time of empowerment for our ladies. Immediately after that, we did a church pool party at one of our pastor's houses where my man Ant bought a brand new, huge grill smoker and was, killing it. And
so I know you weren't in the pool; you were at the grill.
I went. So me and my friend Greg, right? We're the grill masters.
Okay.
And I went to the grill and saw he was handling it. And went and hopped in the pool.
Went out to the pool.
Yeah,
good
yeah.
Man,
So
good man.
And we were playing board games. Had a great time. Then a great service on Sunday. Just a all around really productive, great, powerful weekend. I'm looking forward to. I say I'm looking forward to the 25-26 school year. I really have enjoyed my time at home this summer. Me and my wife, we've been watching Agatha Christie movies, Poirot, doing so many puzzles and just hanging out together. And I do regret kind of the end of that season of just straight chilling.
Excellent. Well, I'm sorry it's coming to an end, but for those that don't think the pastor does anything from Sunday to Sunday, I want to point out that that's you and like three guys.
Yeah, we're stacked.
So my week was uneventful. We did cater for Fayetteville. The Fayetteville Police Department's PAL program, which is where they bring the kids
that's
in.
Awesome.
So Monday, Jim and I were in the Eastern Boulevard. They made the sandwiches. I was the transportation that morning. I let Jim and my cousin handle it.
Hey.
They're very capable men, and so I did that, and that's it. Just
I need to come by and visit you. I got a hankering for one of those Baldino's Italian subs.
You were supposed to get Jim's number to tell
him. That happened
to
me like a couple of weeks ago. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm hungry. And I'm like, you know what I want?
I want Baldino's. I'm like, yeah.
And then I went in there and I saw one of those machines. Those
the heart monitor.
Like the heart monitor machines back in the day that they're only good to take your money. That's what it's there for. That one and like the psych reader that you normally see at like the laundromat. And so I'm getting my soda and I'm like, has this machine always been here?
I think they moved it.
But he said that they moved it around.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, how old is this?
So you're speaking to my childhood there, Kate.
Yeah, right.
First of all, when I was young, my first entrepreneurial true excursion was in candy machines and the heart machines.
Hey, that works.
And my mom's dad, my grandfather, would take me around once a month. I would clean the machines, empty the quarters, and I had to kick upstairs 50% to my dad because it was his restaurant. I had to pay him half. So he got rolled quarters, and I got lunch from my grandfather and some candy to refill the machines.
There you go. Hey.
And then I upgraded, and my dad actually financed the purchase of larger machines.
Really?
Yes. And I started taking them out in like 2000, 2001, because when I got back home in 98, people started breaking our windows
to get to the candy machines.
Yes. So it
wasn't worth the window.
Like the window's $1,200 and the machine's $400.
Yeah.
It's like, well, all right, enough.
Forget
it's
it.
not worth it.
Forget
but,
it.
But yeah, you got me right in the childhood there, Carrie. I made a lot of good gas money with that as a kid.
Well, it was right in childhood for me because I was like, I ain't seen one of these since I was
for a hot minute.
Either at a Pizza Hut or a laundromat.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, girl, you're speaking again to my childhood. One of those. See what it is. I got to tell you, I'm going to be a little bit hung up on food because I had that physical
you hung
done.
Up on food?
Well, always.
Pastor,
but I got a physical done, and my wife's kind of curbed my my diet a little bit. Where there's
trouble. That's why.
Yeah, a lot more vegetables, a lot more. A lot more fruit, some fiber, and all that kind of good stuff. And so now I think of a Baldino's Italian sub in my mouth. Starts to.
I think there was a customer messaging me, and he says, "I miss your store in Hope Mills." And I was just back and forth talking to him a little bit, and I said, "Well, you can get it delivered, but you can do like I do and order the whole sub and think you're going to eat half later, and then just sit there like a fat kid and eat the whole darn thing.
You eat the whole thing."
So, and Jim brought me a whole pepper steak today for lunch. So good Lord, I don't need to eat for another day. So. So we talked about the Greater Fayetteville Chamber, the Candidates Academy. We have the Rock and Boil. We have other stuff.
We got the prayer breakfast coming up next Tuesday.
We have a lot of stuff. We have the prayer breakfast coming up
on July 29th. The prayer breakfast.
Yeah, we just had like a state of the community edition type of chamber coffee club that was off the
yeah, of course, the one I overslept
and
didn't go to.
Yeah, the one that you overslept.
I hit the snooze button at 6:45. And then the next time I see the clock, it is 8 a.m.
And people were asking about you. Simone was not Simone. I'm not Shamika.
Yeah.
Buffet. She had asked about you. But yeah, no, it was such a great information from
a lot of electeds, Diane and Charles Smith.
A lot of the electeds. We got in a nice little snippet from our state representatives, and Commissioner Chairman. He was there, and Kirk Deviere, and he gave always his nice little ramp it up spiel, and Mayor Coleman and Garrison Sergeant Major talked about some awesome things, like there's some runs that are going on, as always with Fort Bragg.
Yeah.
Because it is that run season. You run all summer.
And I think that's very important to point out.
Which is stupid.
Yeah,
Sorry.
It's important to point out that, the garrison commanders and stuff, they are showing up to the chamber events, which means we are engaging our, what did Kathy say, the largest neighbor, the largest military installation.
In all the world.
How are we doing anything here if we don't include
them?
Fort Bragg.
Well, and I think if you take a look at what the chamber is doing from the perspective of, look at the people who are showing up. You're not talking about, Joe. I mean, Joe just show up, but the fact is you've got the movers and the shakers, the people that you want to be building relationships with, the people you want to get to know, the people that you want to get to know you.
There are people that are in elected office or by their careers, like in the military, they are in charge of things, and you want to network.
Yes.
With those. It's why I like being the chairman of government relations, because I'm bringing the business community to interface with the legislative aides out of the congressmen and senate's offices. So if you got a bone to pick, talk to them.
Yep.
And I have personally used that network, for other, like, to help just to help out or whatever. Like, I know who to go to now.
Yeah. And you build relationships.
Yes.
And those are like strong relationships. The other thing, so I do have 2 candidates coming up in this election cycle season that we are now in.
Woohoo.
That will not end until November of 2026.
We are officially in the election season, right?
We are officially in the election season.
And you can, I mean, the I don't want to say the polls because they're not polls, but nobody else can sign up. Everybody who is signed up are the ones who are running, and that's that. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Signed, sealed, delivered for all municipality races right now. Whoever's there, now, I mean, it doesn't stop anyone from wanting to go in, and if you want to write your name in.
Yeah, and be a write-in.
And be a write-in, but just know that they have to write your name exactly the way that it is spelled.
Well, and I mean, if you're trying to go in as a write-in at this point, too.
Well,
I wouldn't even put those chances with all the vote contesting that we had over the past couple of elections.
It's not going to happen.
Like, don't
waste your vote.
Don't waste your money.
Yeah.
Well,
don't waste your money.
We've always discussed that the municipal elections are decided by the tens of votes.
Yes.
The 5s and 10s. What was Mario said he had 6. Grilly Mitchell and Hope Mills lost by one. And now he has so Mr. Grilly has reapplied for Hope Mills commissioner. We at the cabinet here, I'm looking at our bookings right now. We are packed. We're going to see, my goodness, Nolly Smith is running for mayor. James Thomas, I'm not sure what his office is.
James Thomas is running for District 1.
Okay. Gail Morfessis, we've had her in here
She's
before.
running for District 2.
Two.
Against Malik Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Dino Hondros has come in. I know he has 2 people running. There's
out in District 9.
Clifton John. I'm just reading off the names here. Clifton Johnson, Kathy Greggs. Tony Brown booked an appointment with us, so we're going to see Mr. Tony Brown again.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Fedora.
Yeah.
I like Tony. It
should
be a good show.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on in a while since I kind of took over, so maybe I know when I'm doing better on the board. That we have Mr. Todd Henderson running for mayor of Hope Mills. Actually, he's coming on next show, or let's see, August 4th. So,
okay,
and,
couple weeks.
Emmanuel Jarvis. Why do I know?
I don't know.
Who would that be?
Emmanuel Jarvis. Is he running in District 7?
You know what? He might be. And I shouldn't have this in front of me, but I'm just trying to explain to our listeners that we have a busy.
Full.
I have been emailing people a couple times so far. There's people I want to hear from, like I think Mayor Colvin at the last minute. He filed on last Friday, so he's definitely on the list, and he has responded. I'm waiting to hear from Freddie De La Cruz. I don't know if he's going to respond. There's other people that I'm still waiting to hear from. But, I mean, I invited everyone who's running, especially the focus is on Fayetteville, because we have that contested mayoral race with 10 people now, including the incumbent mayor. But then I think city council, we have at least, 9 by 2 people? There's at least 18 people plus, because 1 or 2 of the districts have 3 or 4 people running.
Really?
Yes, there are a few that have, I think, 1, 3, 7, and 8.
Right.
Are all going to have
let's
a
go
primary.
back and think about that. So we had 3 seats that were essentially vacated by people that decided to run for mayor. That's Kathy Jensen, Maria Benavente, and Courtney Banks McLaughlin vacated. And then at the last, I think within like 12 minutes before the deadline, Mayor Mitch Colvin filed for re-election.
Like 5 minutes.
Was it 5 minutes? So he has responded to an email. I'm waiting to hear when he can schedule. But yeah, that was a surprise nobody saw.
Well, and I thought I had read an article in City View where he said he wasn't going to run.
Right. Well, and he, how do I put this? He had made assurances to people that he wasn't going to do it. So, hopefully,
because I thought he was going up. I thought he was going to go up to state. Honestly, that's what I thought.
That's what I think the general kind of the
overall thought
was like, yeah, he's going to go up for a state house race, and he may still do that because next year's 2026 is a state house race. So there's nothing stopping him from being a sitting mayor.
So what would take place then? He would be a sitting mayor, going to say he wins that. Is there an overlap?
He would then have to. They would have to appoint somebody, and I think the city council would have to vote
on that.
Up or down. Yeah, they would have to appoint somebody for the interim.
It's kind of like the guy coming in as sheriff when Ennis retired.
Well, and there was an article last couple days. Former police chief Ken Braden has announced that he's thinking about applying for the sheriff's interim position. Board of Commissioners on August 11th will. So what they've done this time, and this is the first time in my life I've seen county commission do this, make an actual attempt at being transparent and putting out a process by which you may apply.
Yeah, I saw a councilman
Commissioner Tyson.
Commissioner Tyson, yeah, I saw that.
I shared the video on the cabinet page. They're
very informative.
They're working hard to make sure that you know what's going on.
And anybody, I was like, hey, it makes it sound like Commissioner Tyson saying, if I want to apply, I can apply, so anybody can apply, submit their resume.
Well, it's not just apply, but here's the 5 things you got to put, or whatever it is. Like, here's the paperwork we need to make a decision. Now, only one person has announced, I believe, and it's a major with the Sheriff's Department now, has announced that they want to do the job. Yeah. So I know at least 2 people, former Chief Braden and one other person that I think might be interested in the job.
Kind of vying for the position.
I don't want to say Chief Braden, I call him Chief. I can't not call him Chief.
Yeah,
okay? But I don't know if Chief's going to do it. But if I was to think who is capable,
Yeah.
I would think Chief Braden, and there's another guy in the Republican Party that could do it, former deputy himself. But past that, I mean, that's, I just
but I
like
love
that we see from
yeah.
commission that they're trying.
Yep. And they're opening it up. They're being transparent. They're like, this is what the process looks like. This is what we're going to choose based upon, show us your paperwork and we'll let you know if you got it.
And it's a huge contrast to what happened with Sheriff Wright.
Yes.
When Sheriff Butler at the time, I say anointed and appointed because I don't feel like it was out in the open, but I've been told that this process did take place with the commission voting on Sheriff Wright to be the interim sheriff.
Yeah.
So the process still happened, but it certainly was not as
out in the open and transparent.
It was definitely more of a quiet, let's just
put
in who Sheriff Butler wants. And it doesn't mean that Sheriff Wright did a bad job or wasn't qualified.
No.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
And it was a different board for sure. So I'm just
and I
happy
think these commissioners, they are being as transparent, being as open as they are. I think those are good plays.
Yeah,
Good
absolutely.
plays on their part.
I mean, for my community, that's what we wanted.
Yes.
I mean, so I told you, I'm glad it's not me.
Ooh.
I always see the
Wait,
guys, they
you
look
said
tired. So I'm like, hey, you guys look tired.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job. Keep it up. So nationally, we had a couple of things kind of jump off. President Trump's administration is now saying that the Obama administration created the Russia hoax.
Uh-huh.
Remember all that distraction in 2016?
So I saw, and again, you can't believe what Facebook says, but I saw a thing on Facebook saying that he's under investigation by the DOJ for that. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
So tell me this, because I'm not into I don't know how these things apply, but I was under the impression anything you did as a sitting president, you were exempt.
I think there's some immunity to that.
So I mean, you can be investigated, but
let's think about this. Anybody can sue you.
Yes.
Winning is a different story.
Okay.
So let's say anybody can file the charges like they did in New York against Donald Trump, and they made misdemeanors and the felonies.
Yeah.
Can you win your case?
Yeah.
And that was, they found him guilty, but now all that stuff's being overturned and all the people that were involved are being censured or fired.
So in the case of Obama, he can be tried, or can he?
If they find enough evidence, so it's going to go to a grand jury. Grand jury is going to say you have enough evidence, yes or no.
Okay.
And if they say yes, the trial proceeds. If they say no, then they go back. That's it. So in the interest of moving the country forward, I wish we wouldn't spend too much time on this.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, how many millions of dollars? Because at the end,
much time on what?
So the DOJ has Obama under investigation, and I was telling Peter that I was under the impression that a sitting president cannot, you can't have there can't be charges placed against him.
Right.
He has immunity as a sitting president, and so one of the questions I asked Peter, well, why then are we wasting these taxpayer dollars doing something that is not going to really cause anything to happen?
Because they want to have the ability to say, I told you so, I guess. I don't know.
It may be.
And then it's the DOJ. I'm pretty sure they already investigated. You did. Oh, is it there?
Hold on.
You're coming back.
Here we go.
Slowly.
All right, we're back.
Now I got a great voice.
Yeah, so, I mean, it is the DOJ. And, I mean, for them to have not had any investigative files on President Obama or previous President Obama, then, I mean, I would be shocked. I mean, with everything that's came out from President Obama, President Clinton, and President Clinton's spouse, and children, like with everything that's come, there are
there's files a lot out there.
Like there's stuff out there. However, I mean, it does go to the thing, but at the same time, if you ever want, talking points, like it's always like just a distractor. Like if I can say that we're talking about the DOJ is doing this with President Obama,
or Trump, or whoever,
or Trump or whoever, but then you can forget about the other stuff that the DOJ is doing. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get you to not think about the other things.
And I think it's interesting timing that we're starting to investigate former President Obama, which, remember, he's not been in office in 6 years.
Oh, no, dude.
He hasn't been in office in like 8 years.
Yeah,
almost.
so-
Well, that's right.
10.
Okay, so it's been a while since he's been in
Oh,
office.
yeah, it's probably
10,
like 10.
but 10
This
years.
is coming at the heels of the Republican Party changing its stance on releasing the Epstein files.
Like I said, it's one of
Distraction
those.
wrapped
If
in the
I,
smokescreen.
if I say the DOJ has got issues, I mean, they
just
want to
saying.
throw. They got to throw
if
the
they have
the smoke and
issues, it's
mirrors.
being a frenetic teenage girl.
Yeah.
They don't know where
Hey.
they're going, and there may be some.
Well, and
I'm not going to say that.
I might.
What gets me
I'm not.
is when they get when they become part of the spin. You know, as the DOJ, it's like, no, you should be the Department of Justice.
Right,
That's
right.
it. Not be a part of political spin. You know.
Yeah, well, you know, so this is the thing. We call it lawfare, okay? What happened to Donald Trump was lawfare. They weaponized our justice system to
Yeah.
go after a political opponent. The problem with it is that if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. You set the precedent as the DNC and go after the prez. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
When he's in power,
He's going to go after
He's
you.
gonna do the
But
same
at
thing
at the
because
same
you just
time,
proved-
though, before he was a candidate, they had already went after him.
Sure.
You
Well,
understand what
and,
I'm saying? And he already had federal charges before he was a candidate.
well, and that's what concerns me about Obama is because what precedents does this set? This DOJ investigation. You know, again, at this point, you can
I
talk.
don't know. We're past
I'm
precedents.
more upset
After
over the-
2016, I set the precedent. I
You
threw
just-
the precedent out
after
the
2020,
window.
after
No,
after COVID, it's out.
after, No, like after 2016, I was like, oh, this is. I
Crazy.
went to I opened up my Cold War 2.0 conspiracy theory book,
oh, Lord.
and I haven't closed it.
So my
which
daughter
is why, and I haven't said it all episode. Fire the Uniparty. I'm going to get back on it.
Is that where you kind of
'Cause-
coined that phrase?
It's not where I coined it, but it's like that's that. So me being inside of my Cold War 2.0 conspiracy theory, head, that's how I met, the lovely Christina Aguilera.
Outta
West.
What's her new last name?
I married them, and I don't remember.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Oh, my
Pastor.
gosh,
You should
Pastor
know. You-
John.
I do a lot of marriages and funerals, dude. You got to give me give me some
Hold on.
grace.
Find out the new last
Christina
name.
Outta West.
Yes. However, that's not her last name anymore.
I just have
And
her in
so-
my phone as Kitchen Magician.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
So that
A
doesn't
long
help
time
at
ago,
all.
she
It
did
doesn't-
some
it
good
doesn't
dishes
help.
like a couple years ago and invited me over.
That's only because she has everything in her. Like
Yeah.
if you've ever been to the World Market is inside of
kitchen.
her kitchen.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, that's how I got connected with the Libertarian Party.
yeah.
And one of the things when we were trying to gear up for Mike Ross's run for governor, that was one of the things that we were talking about was fire the Uniparty.
Yeah.
Because of the simple fact that, red or
They're
blue,
both-
it doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
They're
both wings on the same bird.
Yeah, they are.
Yep.
They are, and they're both flying us into
Circles.
the volcano.
It's like a one-legged,
yes,
one-legged duck.
we are flying around in circles
Yep.
over top of a volcano that is erupting. Yes, that is
Okay.
correct.
All right, so I'm going to do a quick commercial. We're going to take a pause, and Mr. John Ashford is going to join us on the second
All
half. So
right.
we're going to take a moment. We're going to prep him for just a moment, and we'll be right back.
Free thinking, hard hitting, truth telling. You're listening to the Carolina Cabinet, Eastern North Carolina's answer to the radical left. Liberal media's blah, blah, blah. Welcome back to local conservative talk radio.
Gotta love that blah, blah,
Blah,
blah.
blah, blah.
Really do. So
Blah blah.
we are now joined by Mr. John Ashford,
How you doing?
running for City
Oh.
of Fayetteville mayor.
Dude, if you don't get mayor, you
And-
need to have a radio voice. You got the voice,
yeah.
dude.
I was told that.
Yeah, look
So,
at that.
well,
you got that
I don't-
sexy
I
Barry
don't know,
White
man.
voice going on.
I don't know if I trust this guy. He has no gray hair on this guy.
Well,
yet.
yeah.
Okay. Did you cover it up, or are you
No.
saying God
No.
no yet? Okay, he
Nah.
seems like kind of a young guy. But so you ran before
Yes, sir.
City of Fayetteville mayor, but you missed the early part. We always talk about what we've been up to the last couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
besides campaigning stuff, what you been up to?
Well, I've
Anything
been
good family wise?
yeah, I've been taking care of my grandmother.
Okay.
She's in Cape Fear Hospital.
Okay.
Been taking care of my daughter. Single father.
How old's your daughter?
11 years old.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So
my
she
baby.
thinks she know everything. Is she the boss?
Oh.
Yeah, she the boss.
She's the
one.
boss.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'll pray for you for about the next 5-6 years. I can tell you I've had 6, right?
5-6 years.
So
I,
if
I had the whole 11 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so you're let's see, versed in combat, I guess. Is
Yeah, with that
and
11-year-old.
psychological warfare.
You better be.
Yeah,
Gotta be.
for sure.
Yeah, junior high. Ooh, those years,
Man,
brother.
I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
waiting. I'm counting. She's going to the 6th grade.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh boy, where'd she go to school?
Right now, she we just left from St. Paul, so
Okay.
she will be probably attending Luther Nick Gerald's. So,
Okay, okay.
What's the high school that feeds into?
The high school would go into E. Smith or
Yeah, E.
Terrence
Smith,
County.
right.
Excellent. Okay,
Two schools
all right.
that I attended.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, shameless plug. Pastor here has Renaissance Classical Academy over
Whoop,
there on
whoop.
Cliffdale Road.
Yep.
So
Just
just in
saying.
case,
Great school.
You know, good school,
Yep,
Christian
great school,
based.
great school,
you know,
yep.
might be worth a shot. I don't know. So, all right. You decided to run for mayor. Second, I think last time you were a write-in candidate. Is that
Yes, sir.
correct? And what? So
Can I pose the first question just
Go
because
ahead.
it's off because I'm really curious about this with every other individual because current mayor Mitch Colvin just announced that he had said that he wasn't, and now he is saying that he is going to run during this election cycle. And I want to literally, guys, I want to hear from all of the current candidates as to what are your thoughts about Mitch throwing his hat back in the ring?
when I first heard that he wasn't going to run, I kind of like just chuckled a little bit because I was just like, he's going to run.
Yeah, so you had it in the back of your head the
Yeah, I
whole
was
time.
like, he's going to run. He's just probably going to see who's all.
Oh, okay.
gonna
what the
be.
field looks like.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I was
okay.
like, he's going to probably run again. But then they was like, no, he's not. I heard it in the interview. But when he brought it back out.
You're like, I told you.
Yeah, a lot of people like, well, he said he wasn't going to do it. So
Yeah.
I was like, I guess he is about that time for
Yeah.
a change.
Well, now we are having him on the show. We've invited everyone.
That's
Okay,
fine.
so
Yep.
I don't know. You booked a couple of weeks ago, I think.
I think so.
Is when you did. So
Yeah.
you were ahead of the curve. So for those of you listening, this guy's on top of his email box at least.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
know this is a good quality for a candidate. So we're inviting everybody, and we're going to pose generally the same questions to them because I think that our listeners want to know how are you going to handle scrutiny.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things for being elected is you're going to be in rooms of people that don't like you, and it's not so much not like, but they didn't vote for you.
Yeah.
But you have a duty to represent them,
Mhm.
whether they voted
That's-
for you or
that's
not.
Or not.
life.
Okay, so that's life. I like that. So tell me about your background. Where are you from? What do you do for a living? Go
I'm
ahead.
from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay.
Born and raised.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to school at E. Smith.
Okay.
Massage therapist.
Okay.
Went to school for criminal justice also. Like I said, I'm just a family man. I just seen that the city really needs a lot of change and put in it.
Okay.
And I need to bring a lot of youth and middle age out to let them know that we can empower the change and win the community amongst each other. It starts with us.
That's good.
Okay. Good reasons, but what really compelled you to want to file for office? Because so I'm the only one in the room that's filed for office and done it run
Oh
a
yeah,
couple times. So
because
I
I
know,
won't do it. I ain't gonna do it.
So I'm
And
the only one
neither
that's
am I, Pastor
Nope.
Josh. We
Okay.
are
Nope.
there together. Can I get a high five?
Hallelujah.
granted.
Not gonna happen.
I'm the one with the loosest screws in my head in the room
Don't
of
pay
these
enough.
two guys. So
Sorry.
what was the catalyst? What was the flashpoint that said, you know
I
what?
stick to praying.
I got to do it.
What really got me into it was just seeing the city, the changes, and seeing that just over the years, like nothing's really been a really impact for the community. Wise,
Okay.
like we haven't really seen the real growth that we've been looking for and need, just with ourselves and our kids, with the police force, with the schooling. There's
Okay.
a lot of that we need to focus on. What really pushed me is just the individuals that I know, just like, they just know I'm really trustworthy, and when I say I'm going to do something, I get it done. So they was like, you should try to run for mayor. And I took it as a joke at first.
Yeah.
So that's why I went in as a write-in 2 years ago to
How many votes you get last time?
roughly almost over like 80.
Okay. Hey,
Hey.
listen.
I was out
As
there.
a write-in,
I was out there.
dude. As a
That's-
write-in, that's legit.
Yeah.
I was out there.
As
and they
a
was happy.
write-in with two heavy opponents,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
like Mayor Mitch Colvin and Freddie
And Freddie De La Cruz.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
To
saying.
get 80, hey.
Hey, you had 80 people.
Okay. Hey, you know what? I need your strategy because your cost per vote was a lot lower than mine.
Yes. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
So no, that's really good. So look, we discuss it a lot here that the local races unfortunately have the lowest turnout of voters. Okay, I think, and I should have these
but
numbers,
impact people locals'
it's like
lives
what,
more than
10-11% of our registered voters turn out. So the keyboard warriors on Facebook that you deal with, just ask them, or you can check their voter reg and find out if they voted the last 3 elections, and then post that when they're running their mouths. But it's just dismal how few people turn out. And these elections are then decided by 10s and 5s and 1s of votes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, hell, you got 80.
Really?
We're talking about how we can do some numbers together. I like that. But so what you mentioned, police force, you mentioned for our kids, you mentioned, so stick with one of those. What do you think?
I think more we need, because everybody feel like there's a lot of crime because of the youth. So they like the youth don't have nothing to do. And so I feel we need to do more in Pelham. We need to teach them more about life situations. I feel we need to maybe open up a school where they can actually learn about the life causes of what's going on, can learn trades at an early age so they can have a background and resume and something. Because, you know, most colleges and jobs, you got to have a workforce or some type of internship into it.
People overlook that we need a better education system to bring a good job to Fayetteville. Where are they going to go work if we're graduating people that can't read?
If we could teach them young and go ahead and get them certificates at a younger age, that's going to promote them to not want to do anything bad or mess up their record. They're going to have a future of they know that they could go here and they can go there.
Sure.
And you know what? I think John said a great point that we often overlook. That when you're going for, even at transitioning as a high school student, and you are trying to apply for college or you're trying to apply for an internship, they want to know, what have you done in your community?
Yes.
What skill sets do you have?
How much time have you donated?
And how much time have you donated? And if you're just now thinking about that in the 11th and 12th grade, that's the wrong time to be asking yourself those questions. And so it's like, how are we truly preparing the youth if we're not
that brings
getting
me to
them
this question,
earlier?
and it sounds very adversarial, and forgive me for this, but I've asked Kathy Jensen, I've asked Paul Williams this, and I'm going to ask everybody. You know, since when is it the job of the government to raise our kids?
It's not the job of the government. It's the job of the community. It's the job of ourselves, because there are our kids, there are our family members, there are somebody that you know, there's your aunts and your uncles and nephews and nieces. So we all have a role to play, and we all can prevent something before it actually happens. So it's like, if we can build a community and everybody can work together and know your neighbor, then you won't really have as much problems and violence. Like you living beside someone for 10 and 15 years and you don't even know what's going on with them. Like that's
well, I mean, look, John, when you get gray hair like me, sometimes you get in the category of get off my lawn stage of life.
Look, you're a novice when it comes to gray hair, dude. You're just starting.
I'm working.
Would you say he's just starting his gray hair?
I'm trying to attain
it's
that.
Still
steely
sandy.
Look. Yes. So
don't come over there.
So I totally hear you about the neighbors to neighbor thing, because I am guilty of not knowing my neighbors very well. I attribute that to working 7 days a week, whatever, and I'm never around. But I think there is a lot to be said about the community. And one thing that disappoints me is like going to neighborhood watch meetings. How few people show, and it's always the seriously old folks.
Yeah, see,
it's never the guys like me and you, because what are we worried about? Paying for our livelihoods, going to work, and trying to make a living.
Yeah.
Right?
So we kind of pause on the time that we have. So we have to just make a more structure of that, because it is the elderly that is more into the voting than it is the middle age and the younger crowd. So it's like you have to promote them to let them know that they can make a change, that they can be there at the meetings also too, that they can have a voice, not just the elderly folks.
Right.
So it's like once we can make that change with the community and the people, then they can actually start seeing changes. We can't say we want change without everyone or trying to make that step.
You got to get your hands dirty. You got to roll those sleeves up.
Yeah.
You got to get to
That's how I got them. That's how I got them 80. I was out there. Was in the
working them, baby. Working them, man.
What do you say? That's your strategy.
Okay.
Put some work into it.
So career-wise, you said massage therapist?
Yes, sir. Massage therapist.
Okay.
I used to also do asphalt back in my time.
What haven't you done? What asphalt,
Yeah.
criminal justice,
and
massage
all of
therapy?
it.
I mean, I hope you didn't do the massage therapy after the asphalt because you stunk to high heaven. I
I
had to.
actually was doing asphalt and massage therapy together.
Okay, all right,
So-
all right. So where do you practice now? Do you have your own studio or?
No, I'm like a traveler.
Okay.
So I travel when people need massage, but lately I haven't really done. I've been focusing on some other big changes.
Okay, all right.
And the campaign.
Yeah.
Focusing
So-
in on that.
So what have you look? You mentioned communities, okay? Parks and Rec is always a big deal, giving the youth something to do. What do you think we can do better with Parks and Rec?
Parks and Recs are just I feel just a little place where they get away. We need to do events more and to, like I was saying, like it don't need to be just recreation where they go play basketball and just get a little free time. They actually need some adults to actually coach them and teach them maturity.
Maybe
And
mentoring?
that's absolutely.
Okay.
A lot of kids need that.
Okay.
They want someone that they can look up to and teach them the right way. And that's why I say the community so much, because we lost the voice to where we feel like we shouldn't say or speak to anyone about what's going on because we feel like we shouldn't invade. But sometimes you have to invade in certain situations, but you don't have to take over the situations.
Okay. So dedicated fathers would be good to connect with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
that
there's
would be
a
a
group
good
called
group.
Dedicated Fathers that they have kids at Snyder, I think is what they said.
Once
and then
a month, or is it once a week?
Yeah.
I don't remember now.
they do mentorship. But what I liked about them, listen to that episode again for quality
Yep.
check. I promise. That's the only reason I listen to myself. But talking about teaching kids
Not for real.
to shake hands and look
Yes.
somebody in the eye and
Stand up
and
when you're shaking a
frankly,
man's hand.
Be a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
How to pull your pants up, shake a man, look him in the eye. Those kind of skills are going to go very
A long
far.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're
And we-
priceless.
And we
Yes,
need
they
the
are.
coaching for the girls to know how to be ladies and women.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I say the community, everyone can learn. It's too many cultures and trades for us not to be able to learn from each other.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
So you think with Parks and Rec, maybe you maybe could work on enhancing some programs that they have to introduce some mentoring.
When I was growing up, we used to have. They used to do every summer. They used to have. I think it was called NYSP. It was a camp they used to do for the kids.
Okay.
They don't do that anymore. So it's like we need to open that back up to where we can have the college kids mentoring the younger kids,
The younger ones.
having, using the community as
Using the talents of what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Using the
got you.
community to help the
Well,
community.
and so y'all remember last year I went to the opening in Hope Mills of it was the Wood Bat League.
Okay.
The Hope Mills. I can't remember
Yeah,
the
I
name of
remember.
the baseball team, but
The
they-
Rockfish?
Was it the Rockfish?
I think it was.
Hope-
Yeah,
I
Hope
think it
Mills-
was.
the chamber was there for an event.
Yeah.
But
Yes, it's Hope Mills Rockfish.
the cool thing about it was in Hope Mills, because all those municipal fields are together, that you got the Wood Bat League, which is the college age kids, practicing and playing baseball next to the little leaguers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then they turn around and give some of their time to mentor and play with the little kids,
Yeah.
Yep.
to
Boost up
to
their
give them.
self-esteem.
Yeah.
It's not.
Give somebody a step up.
It's such a simple thing, like
It is.
a big brother type of thing.
Yep.
It only takes like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
A couple
Yeah.
minutes of your time. Like someone having a bad, just speak to them. I promise you. Put a smile on their face. It'll change a lot. That's what I do in my spirit. I just go
Yep.
in. So you having a bad day, I'm about to fix it for you.
Okay.
Yep. Let me ask you this. So, mayor runs for 2 years. You win. What would the city look like after you being mayor for 2 years? Because 2 years, that's not a lot.
2 years not a long time.
Not a long time.
But if we can work together, 2 years will feel like a long time.
Yeah.
We have to. I want to, like I said, I want to start with working with and gathering the community force. I want to gather with the police because everyone feel like they can't trust the police force. So I feel like that's a problem, and I feel like we need to maybe do more policy and with briefing to get the community back in to touch with the police officer and let
Yeah.
the police officers know like they don't have to feel like they're the bullies.
What's your opinion of how the Fayetteville Police Department's been treated by council in the last couple of years, both at the end of Gina Hawkins' reign and then, of course, Chief Braden? How do you feel that the council has worked with the Fayetteville Police Department? Enemies, friends, frenemies? What do you think?
I feel that's the thing. Everyone's so beefing
Polarized.
with
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
and so antagonized with everyone. You really don't know who's with who's with who. It's like everyone just living for their own means. So we need, like I said, we need more structure in every position, so that we can go a long way, because we don't need to feel like you're just here just to be here without a change. And we want to make the police feel like you're here to protect the community and serve. And we want the community to feel like we're here to protect and serve ourselves too.
Yeah.
What about the curfew?
The curfew has its ups and downs, but I believed in it because I feel like no child should be outside after 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because
under 16. Again,
16.
we're dealing with a smaller subset of our population.
It's
under
like 17.
It's under 16 and under, not after 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Until 6 a.m. Something
I think
like
it's
that.
5, 6. It's early, but
So you're of the mind that the kid don't have no business being out middle of the night anyway.
When we was growing up, we wasn't outside at that time. If we was out with family.
yeah.
So it's,
Come on, you was out egging cars.
I was.
Yeah, come
I was told to pay for my.
You were scaring the
saying
little
it
kids
was-
jumping out of bushes and stuff.
back in our times, it was different.
Yeah.
So
What back in our time? What
being-
generation are you? When were you born? what decade were you born? 80s or
I'm an
90s?
80s baby.
Look at
You're
you. I wouldn't have guessed that,
barely-
dude.
No.
I'd have guessed you was a lot younger than that. You hold your age well.
Would you say you would have put him in 90s?
Oh,
I
yeah,
would-
for
oh,
sure.
I-
90s, baby,
yeah.
He ain't no
I would have
Gen
put him
Xer.
at 2000. I'd put him at like 25 years old.
Oh, wow.
No,
I mean,
what-
because you keep in mind somebody born in 2000
Mm-hmm.
is 25 years old.
Yep. Well, I
I
said
know.
the other day
My daughter just turned 27.
Oh, you're not old enough to have no daughter that's 27.
Well, my daughter just turned 27.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, I said earlier today. I said, well, the new school out there in Hope Mills,
Yeah, no.
Jack Britt, it's 25 years
25
old.
years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
So-
your boy's turning 52 next month.
Yeah.
Ooh.
52.
So funny thing. So one of the things that happened, and I know we're past the what you do last week type of situation.
I know what you did last week.
Yeah. But I actually was talking with a group of interns last week, and one of the first questions I asked them, I was like, "So how do you guys feel about the curfew?" They were like, "What curfew?"
They're like, I don't know nothing about no
and
curfew.
so I was like, the curfew, it's at 11 o'clock. And then one of them, they were like, to go to his point about out with family, they're like, but what if when we go to the Asian family house and the Hispanic family house and they have the long parties? And I'm like, well, you're with your family at that point.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it was just.
Look, and I'm not going to lie. They do have the long parties.
Yes, they do.
No, they go.
They go for a while.
Go for a while.
they got the best food too. So
7 o'clock in the morning.
I really
Take a plate
agree
with
that
you.
the kids should not be out.
Convince the
unattended.
police officer.
I get that, but
You give it to him. It's an offering.
as a tool in the policeman's toolbox, as a reason to now legitimately approach someone who looks younger and say, kid, what are you doing out here?
Now that's the part that I said about it got its ups and downs.
Yeah.
See, the down part about that is because now you can't really identify anyone by what age he is. Like, he just thought I was 25.
Yeah.
So
You look, me, you out after 11. I'm going to be asking you what you doing out here.
She's doing
Like,
young
what
man.
you doing? Why you out here on the street?
You whippersnapper.
Full on mustache and all. We're still
Yeah,
going to ask
yeah.
you. But okay, so you feel that's a little downside is that it's hard to, I don't want to say profile, but kind of hard to say.
Age profile.
But
Yeah.
that is what it is.
11
It's,
o'clock at night, you can't really see no one face unless you're really up front. So that means you have to get out, you have to go, and there is a whole problem or altercation.
and I mean, just be mindful. There have been kids that have been found wandering during hours.
So I know, like, tragedy, right? Had a kid in my neighborhood, and mom and dad were facing a lot of challenges. And he was like 11 years old, but he was raising his younger sister. And unfortunately, he was struck and hit by an automobile at like midnight, crossing Rayford Road. But that was a situation where the tragic outcome, right? Because I mean, he would come to our food bank. He'd be like, "Pastor, what you got? How can you help me? I got to feed my little sister today, and I did the best I could." And look, my boy wasn't looking for TV dinners. He wanted steaks, and he's like, "Pastor, I will.
He said,
I will
"Give
cook
me the steak.
give me the baked
I want
potato.
the beans.
I want it
I
all.
want it all.
I'm
All
like,
the frozen meats.
I'm like,
I know you got them,
yeah,
Pastor."
I'm like, you know how to cook that? I'm like, all right, here you go, take it. Dude.
He's like, "I can't carry it, but I'm gonna put it in my
I got it."
backpack."
Being good tonight.
And again, this is tragic, but he was a young man, 11 years old, and out after hours, crossing Rayford Road and got hit by a car. And it's like I said, that's just
I feel like I remember that story.
tragic.
That was how many years ago?
Probably pre-COVID, but just pre-COVID.
Okay, I think I was at Bingham Drive when that happened.
Yeah.
And I think
Rayford Road,
people just need to keep that and be mindful of that when they're thinking about the curfew. Like that's what the curfew is for. When you look at it, and those aspects are in the human trafficking aspect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the chances of a young kid getting picked up after midnight and being trafficked goes up astronomically.
Oh, absolutely.
Huge.
Well, they become victims.
And then I mean, you have to ask, like, you know, all of these, I know we all see them when they come across, like, oh, this child is missing, this child is missing.
Yep.
So.
Okay, so pro curfew, but it's got its issues.
Yeah, it got its ups and downs. It just need a little
Some
fixing,
fine-tuning.
a little fixing, you know, just to make it real.
Let's hope it data-driven decisions. Okay, let's have 6 months go by because the county has had a curfew since 1997.
Yeah.
I believe is how long, and the city just cut and pasted theirs, just copied and pasted, and I haven't heard anything about a misprofiling or anything from the county sheriff.
I think
Because
so.
they don't, I don't think they enforce it.
Apples to apples, though. County, again, this might be my misperception. County is more, not that they don't handle things inside city limits, but I think they rely on FAPD to handle the stuff.
Absolutely.
The more metropolitan, if we could call Fayetteville that, the more metropolitan areas.
Yeah.
I don't see individuals in rural areas
Leaving out on that.
leaving out like that. You know,
No
it's something
country
you.
roads.
No, I mean it's something. Again, I live in Hollywood Heights, and so it's one of those things where if I see people walking down the street at 2:00 in the morning, that's just the way it is.
Like where
It's
you
normal.
live, they're going to 365 mile.
Yeah,
They're back and forth, whatever. But somewhere a cow's got to get tipped.
Well,
Those cows ain't going to tip
Well,
themselves.
when
I think
was the last time you
it's
tipped a
like,
cow?
Not
It's
me,
like
brother.
random. Like sometimes you may hear it, but it's not as consistent. I
Yeah.
guess to go to Pastor Josh's point. So it's not something that they're gonna pick
think
up
it's-
on those outskirt areas.
Yeah, I think it's definitely
you know?
something you face more metropolitan
Right.
and rural.
Mhm.
rural,
or even
um,
like in Hope Mills.
yeah,
I mean, any
yeah, absolutely.
municipality that has their own police force
Yeah,
is where you see that in
Mhm.
in the populated places, like you
Yep.
said, that's right next to the
Mhm.
convenience store.
what
Right,
I will be
right.
curious of is the numbers.
Yeah.
Or is this going to be just one of those things? Example, click it or ticket, where for the first year they're running hard on making sure you're wearing your seatbelt, and then occasionally they might stop.
Maybe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, time will tell. I mean, look, I'm with you on the Fourth Amendment issues of not illegally searching, that stuff. I get it, but I also think it's important to protect. It's not the job of the government to raise our kids, but it's to protect. So let's see what 6 months or a year brings, and then we'll come back to the table. And
I mean,
we'll say,
that I'm curious. I mean, because what if it's like, oh yeah, we stopped 5 kids over the past 6 months? Then what in the world was the argument for?
Exactly.
Like,
what's
I mean,
what's the fuss? If
What's
it's
the
only
fuss?
5,
It's more
I mean,
they're trying to push the structure and back onto the parents.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
That's why when he's like the government's not
But are
to
they
raise
gonna
your
do it?
kids, but it's up to the parents.
No, I agree, and it's the
And
government
some
pushing that back.
And some parents, it's hard because they do work late night shifts, and
Yeah.
so they can't control. But for the ones that do and try their hardest, and that's who they're looking for.
well, and I don't think there's a homogenous, easy way to
No,
do this.
no.
It's not a cookie cutter good
No,
for everybody.
no.
You are going to run into parents that work third shift at Smithfield or whatever else, and they might have a little bad butt kid that's 15 years old. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be I've seen on
I
Nextdoor.
know because I was that kid.
Well, I've seen on Nextdoor, I have a teenage kid and I can't control him. What can I do? I've called the police. I've done, so there are going to be instances like that, but think about maybe a policeman can interface with that kid and find out what's going on at home. Gives them an opportunity to enter or to get some help, just possibly. So I'm still looking at it kind of positively. I get where you're coming from with we don't want profiling. Don't want that. But I think after 6 months or a year, I think we're going to start seeing some data that maybe it helps.
Well, we'll
and if
see.
it doesn't, we can always get rid of it.
Well, I mean, or keep it and just know that
mean,
it's another one of the laws. that
Another one of
nobody-
the tools.
Yeah.
So did you already ask the question, like if you had I guess one problem you could solve overnight.
I did not, but if you had one problem, what would you solve it overnight? What's one problem you would like to solve? Besides winning the office first.
Oh, that's not a problem to solve. One problem that I need to, and that's in the city of Fayetteville.
Yes.
Yeah, it's free.
That's for
as
the
mayor.
whole. As
If you win this thing, what's one problem you're going to say? Whoop.
there's a lot of problems.
Yeah, that's it.
The main problem that I will focus mainly on will be getting my youth back in shape.
Okay.
I think that's my main focus of why I want to run so bad,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like we already lived our life. We're still living our life, but I feel like if we can program them and rechange them how they're thinking, then
Okay.
it would be a better fit for everyone, because they're going to be the ones taking care of us.
Okay.
Like I'm going to be trying to taking care of you. So it's just, this is the order of how.
Okay.
Peter ain't got no kids, so he's gonna be in the old folks' home.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be chasing the nurses in the old folks' home.
Yeah.
For
Hey,
sure. Yeah.
someone's going to come visit.
Either that or living in my basement.
Yeah,
We're not sure
yeah,
yet. We
yeah.
haven't decided.
I like that idea.
See, someone's going to be taking care of
Somebody
you.
look after me. Yeah. And don't leave me unsupervised. We
No,
already know that.
Lord,
no,
no.
we're not
Lord,
going to
no.
leave you
Or
unsupervised.
put me on speakerphone. Do
Yeah.
not do that.
Ever.
I'll tell you guys that.
Yeah.
And I feel like the mental health. Also, I feel like it's a lot of people afraid of that.
So I hate to drop this bomb on you, but where do you stand on the Office of Community Safety? Worthwhile? Waste of money? Should we try it and see what happens? What do you think? I'll ask the other guys too. Don't worry.
It's okay. It's okay. I believe that we're trying everything else.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, hey.
It can't hurt,
Yeah.
right? Okay, yeah.
We just say we
So-
already spent the money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and we did, and we employed 2 people a year before we even had a director who we just got for OCS. It's a local guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hopefully going to have him come on here. It's supposed to bridge the gap between police call service and mental health and other soft, like DSS type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, getting somebody shelter, food, house, whatever. But do you think it's something that we should keep small and try to just keep it to a couple of things, or should we start really putting a bunch of money in it and employing a bunch of psychology majors?
First, you always have to take steps. So you don't want to just throw a bunch into one without actually knowing the progress of everything. So as far as I say, we have to just start slowly and just see how it leads.
Okay.
So that way we're not investing as much into it. And if it is making an improvement, then we invest more.
Get into it.
And
Okay.
if it's not, then we have to change some things around to where we can get it to where it's improving and helping out the community and the police force and people that's unfortunately.
And maybe
Okay.
probably implement the stuff that you were talking about earlier, as far as like the life skill training.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think making that part of maybe Parks and Rec, having a mentorship program that's kind of built
I
in,
think I
would
absolutely
be
agree.
helpful. I think so. I still don't think it's the government's job to raise me, but I mean, because
It's not. I think what John said is the community's job, right?
Yeah. It's our job.
community.
It's our job. The
Yes.
government is here to just protect and give us the rights for a livelihood of the the goods that's coming in, the trash that's being taken out. They're here for those purposes. But as in for the community and your neighborhood where you live at,
Right.
unless the government live there with you, that's the only way that it might have some say to it. But it's not the government that's living there. It's
I
you.
got you. So we're not looking to the government to solve all of our problems.
No.
Because I mean, personally, I want a government small enough I can kill.
What is,
I
what do you say?
wanna-
Don't take my stuff and do no harm, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
just leave me be. And if you do, you boo boo, whatever kind of stuff you're into or whatever, knock yourself out. Just your rights end where mine begin, and that's it.
Everyone's trying to
your rule.
live.
Yes, absolutely. So, Josh, you want to take us out and find out
Yeah.
more about this young
So
man?
if somebody wants to donate or get involved with your campaign, how can they reach out to you? Phone number, email, Facebook? What you got?
Facebook, John Ashford. My phone number is public.
Okay. Cool.
so-
Go ahead, give it to us.
Phone number
Go
is 472-259-0755. John Ashford, call me
Yep.
for any problems and changes that we need for Fayetteville.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, and with that, I want to say a thank you to my on-air cabinet members, Pastor Joshua Goodman.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Carrie J.
Fire to Unipart.
There she
Always
goes.
a pleasure.
Yes.
And a special thank you to Mr. John Ashford,
Thank you,
running
everybody.
for Fayetteville City Mayor, and to my producer, Jim, over here off camera. So I hope you're going to do us a favor and take time this week to visit one of our commercial sponsors and let them know you heard their message right here on the Carolina Cabinet. If you do somehow miss an episode of our top-rated show,
Top-rated.
find us on your favorite podcast broadcaster, Apple, Spotify, Google, Audible.
We are
Everywhere. Look for us online at thecarolinacabinet.com for new episodes. Thanks again for tuning in this morning. Until next time, we are
The Carolina Cabinet.